Hello, hello, hello. Gonna get started relatively soon. Just gonna get a couple things set up. Hello, 1, 2. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Okay. And now the audio. Okay. What's going on here? There we go. Okay. Let's try that like that. Anyway, here we are. So, gonna get started in a second. Just thought we should start at this screen to talk about what honor mode means. Okay. Okay. So here we are, and we're starting out in honor mode. So honor mode is, you can see the rules here. I'm going into the semi-blind, meaning that unfortunately it's harder to avoid every spoiler out there, but I'm trying to avoid as much information as I can about legendary reactions and all these kind of things. I know they exist. I know vaguely know some of them, but I don't know all of them for sure. But yeah, so we're just gonna be doing this every Saturday around noonish, and we're gonna try and get through it. Yeah. Now, it does say honor mode. We might be we're not gonna be using any game-breaking exploits. Like if they find another Infinite Gold glitch, not gonna be using it. Definitely gonna be doing a little bit of pickpocketing here and there, depending. We're definitely gonna be using some bespoke character builds. I'm gonna have a spreadsheet of what I'm aiming to build for each character, so that'll be accessible for people to take a look at. Yeah, so this is just kind of a thing. We have one save file, so we only get one shot at things. If dice are gonna roll the way that they roll, so sometimes we might get some outcomes that we're not fond of, but if we survive, we're getting through this game. So, here we go. And here we go. And you can see we have a little death counter up here, so we'll be updating that as things go along. We'll see how many tries it takes for us to get there. And also, so this will be, there will be some spoilers in here, kind of obviously, but we'll be kind of going through and letting cutscenes play mostly and such, just to enhance the experience. But I will say I'm gonna let them play the first time, and then each subsequent run, if we get to that point again, we're going to be skipping cutscenes. So we're going to be progressively skipping cutscenes as we get farther in the game. Or in subsequent playthroughs, essentially. I'm still wondering who this Illithid is. I don't think it's ever entirely made clear that it's the Emperor specifically. It would make sense that it's the Emperor, but, like, it doesn't quite look like him in terms of, like, his weird collar thing. So we're not going to reset, obviously. I kind of wish I could just save, like, the template, because I know what I'm going to play. I have a very specific idea of what I'm going to play. This is kind of my default character, not only in this game, but just kind of, like, in D&D in general. We're going to be a Silver Dragonborn, we're going to be a Paladin, we're going to be Oath of Devotion. And, again, so Oath of Devotion is not, I think it's the most restrictive technically, but I've beaten the game twice on normal. I know that it fits with the kind of general choices that I make throughout the game. It means that we're gonna have to take a couple more fights kind of more straight up than I'd like to. Or then, I mean, we'll see, obviously. Like, we'll see how that goes, but it means we have to be a little careful with some of our ambushes and stuff, but I think that's fair. And I'm gonna take, so I'm planning to have Will, Karlach, and Shadowheart in my party, which means we're gonna have, Acolyte, Outlander, and Folk Hero. So I'm gonna take Noble, because Noble synergizes fairly well with that, and then it also gives me Persuasion proficiency off the belt. because currently, yeah, currently you don't, unless you take it, you don't have it as paladin. You get intimidation. So by taking this, we're gonna have persuasion proficiency, which means we get improvement to persuasion. We're gonna be further improving that later. We're gonna be doing sorcerer paladin combo. So we're gonna get some enhanced spellcasting abilities from that, and that should be nice. That should be good. Other, I definitely consider doing Palalalock for this, but so we're gonna be reclassing some people. So Karlach's probably gonna be our rogue. Will is going to be a bard lock for kind of the off healing and all that stuff. We're gonna do Shadowheart as a light priest to get that giant AoE blast, and for the healing, obviously. Also, just warding flare is very strong, so it's gonna help us in some situations. Yeah, so we're just gonna. And for Karlach being our rogue, she's probably gonna be a Gloomstalker assassin combo, obviously, because we're gonna be optimizing some of our stuff here. I think we're fine with those starting stats. In terms of choices, I mean, we're gonna be trying for stuff, whether or not it's gonna actually work or not. There's gonna be some roles that are kind of questionable. As an example, we're probably going to recruit the ogres rather than kill them immediately. We may end up betraying them later. I'm not sure if that's gonna break my oath or not, but it's just mostly we're gonna have them for specific, like, it's mostly just for specific fights. You'll see as we play through, I kind of have strategies, but it's gonna also depend on how. So I've played normal, I have not played tactician, so we're jumping right into honor mode, kind of off the cuff. So this is gonna be a big jump in difficulty. We're probably gonna have some early deaths that seem kind of silly, kind of like for various reasons, but we'll get there anyway. Let's see. I think these are fine. I do want at least some in athletics, just because I don't want to be pushed around too much. Yeah, looks good to me. It's, yeah, proud phalanx.
It's open.
More of those rest.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
Yeah, voice
I can
7.
feel its aura.
And then we're gonna have. Like that better? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, some quills. I love the purple eyes. We're keeping those. Silver 4, I think that's good. We're gonna try and streamline this because again, we might be doing this again, so. I think the silver 7's pretty good. Eh, it's a little too green. That's not bad. I do appreciate how different the silvers look because of the highlights. They do a good job of making it kind of have its own unique identity. Yeah, I think honestly we came all the way back to silver 4. We're gonna stick on silver 4. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be, our main character is just gonna be a big tank. We're just gonna be stacking AC. I'm probably gonna take shield rather than defense as my class trait, because we're going to, because shield, it just means that we can protect people in our AoE. And if you stack your AC too high, enemies will stop attacking you. So you're kind of ineffective tank if they're completely ignoring you in favor of squishier targets. You're not a good tank either. So we're also going to be taking Sentinel. We're going to take ASI first, obviously, but we're probably going to take Sentinel for crowd control and just being able to go up front and just put our butt in there and just sit there. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Yep, flame purple. Have a little bit of color. And let's see. Yeah, I think this table. Okay, so there we are. And as is tradition, Barash. Now we'll see if it lets me use that. Yeah, cool. We're just gonna randomize this because I'm gonna be honest. There's not a really high chance of us one-shotting this. So realistically, we're gonna be seeing a lot of different guardians. So yeah, that's cool. And here we go. Okay. So run one begins. Now, couple things. One, we are going to be using tadpoles on this run. I know it's not very paladin-y, but we do kind of need to make some like, there's a certain level of kind of realism, I guess you could say, that we're going to have with this playthrough, where we're going to need to make some choices that are optimal, even if they're not thematic. Also, we're gonna definitely have to do a lot of scrounging because the economy. I've tried to avoid too much information, but from my understanding, Honor-Mode's economy is a lot more intense. So we're gonna try and not leave too much on the ground. Not too much to say about these first couple of rooms. We're just going to be cleaning out as much as we can. So also, similarly, we're going to be freeing us and having them, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need all the help we can possibly get. Also, if I understand correctly, these restoration pods are single use in Tactician and higher. So we're going to be saving them for in case we really need it. So, okay. That's all set. That stuff. No potions of speed yet, which I'm a tiny bit sad about. Illithids can drop potions of speed. But we'll make it do. I'm genuinely not sure this has any particular use. I've never really found an optimal way to use it, because it just feels like a waste of, like, it's a whole ass action. And, like, I don't know. Okay, so here we go. First roll of the game. Or, first roll of consequence coming up. Well, some consequence. While it's not necessary, because, like, the fight that we're going to be going through isn't really,
from this place you'll free us.
quote-unquote hard.
Please. Before they return.
Oh, well, there we go. Already failed a percent. Which isn't that surprising, considering, but...
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect.
Now, normally, as a
minion of the
paladin,
mind flayers
I
who
would immediately
abducted
kill
you.
this thing. But unfortunately, it's worth no XP.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Okay. Yeah, we do not have good intelligence, so we're just gonna try and break the skull. Here we go! Nope! I mean, hopefully that we're getting them out before it matters.
The skull holds fast.
Oh, well. Let's see. Can I leave and... Maybe I can come... You know what? I'll come back with Lae'zel and see if we can make that roll. Because we can give it one more try. It's not that big of a deal, but, like, it's helpful to have... It doesn't hurt to have another... It's never going to hurt to have more allies in this game, especially when we're... Oh yeah, and we're going to be trying to keep our inventory fairly clean, so we'll be doing a lot of, like... Just quick. Add to where's. Add to where's. Whoop. I don't want to deal with the weight, but I do wonder if just having a body might be useful for, like, putting on things. These are only worth one each, so I'm not going to be too crazy about it, but there's some useful things. So we'll meet Lae'zel, we'll get the party together.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
Okay.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
Okay. Here we go. Good start.
Well, so much for peace. Think you can take me on?
Good stuff. So the reason I put her up right against the imp there is that because it only uses Fiery Bolt in theory,
You
they would,
proved surprisingly adequate in battle. Now, to the helm.
their Fiery Bolt should have rolled a disadvantage. Yeah, it rolled a disadvantage there. But because so interesting. So if you notice there's a difficulty tactician modifier that's adding an extra +2. Okay, I might have to move my chat box there. We'll address that next stream. But okay, well let's loot the bodies. Gonna be a lot of body looting, a lot of just like even just. Hey, okay, so this is gonna be big. I have very like specific things in mind where I want to use potions of speed, so like mostly bosses and mini bosses.
Light on my feet.
Flint, Spider Queen, the Hag, etc. And yeah, despite it being technically suboptimal, we're gonna just kill the Hag. If we're lucky enough to get her dead on the upstairs fight, we're going to do that. I've learned a trick for that, and I'm going to be implementing it, so we'll see how that goes.
Assume nothing.
Yes.
The
Okay, so
you realize
we're going to do the same thing as before.
Before they return.
We're going to try and
Return.
we're going to try and free him. Like again, we're going to be slight apparently not. How much do I care about this?
the skull holds fast.
I think I will try one more time with Shadowheart, but if it doesn't work, I'm gonna try actually just leaving it and see what happens. Because if you free it, you get an ally, but I'm not sure what happens if you just leave him alone. It's always worth trying. It's about a 50-50 in terms of... So... Huh, that's weird. It doesn't have the... Strength check. It's about a 50-50 because it's a flat 10 roll, or it's better. It's better than a 50-50. It's like 60% chance for success, so it's always worth trying. And getting an extra ally in this first area is pretty useful. Although arguably you shouldn't there's nothing you're fighting in this open area that should be scary per se. Any inventory stuff we want to do? Yeah, I'll give him some bow. So yeah, we're obviously not gonna be fighting the Archdevil. We're just gonna be. Oh, actually, you know what? There's an optimization that I missed there. I should have used Astro Knowledge. Or no, I guess never mind. It's a flat dice roll, not a skill check, so never mind. But we will try and so we're gonna have Lae'zel with us some of the time. Basically, we're gonna swap party members out to try and maximize the number of inspiration we're getting, because both the XP from inspiration when you're capped is really good, but also just because we don't have the ability to reload, we're gonna want to have as many inspiration as humanly possible.
Ghaik machinery. I can make no sense of it. Kane sigil.
Okay, so this I believe this one activates them unless else fight them, and that's actually good for XP. So we're gonna do that when we get a chance.
We have no time for stragglers.
We're also going to be romancing Shadowheart, so we're definitely trying to get on her good side. Okay, so we're going to kill this. Because we don't have us with us, we're just going to kill this newborn quick. Could have done that slightly better, but that's okay. Because that's 10 XP, so that's going to help us. Because the thing is, we really, really, really want to be level 2 before the fight with the Mind Flayers on the beach, for a bunch of reasons.
Ghaik infected.
Brain in a jar.
We're going to avoid, because we have 2 restoration pods coming up, because there's one here and then there's one outside the boss room. We're not going to use any potions here, obviously.
The console hums to life. Sudden then discomfort fades.
So here's the fun one. I've never failed this roll, but this would be the time to fail it. Okay, good. It would be very funny if our honor mode run failed the 2 roll. I've seen it happen. A friend of mine was streaming and I've seen it happen.
Process your command. A shiver runs across your mind.
Thankfully, this isn't a lethal one. If you don't save Shadowheart here, she still shows up later. But this is just free approval, basically.
Dangerous company. Fair point. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way. I did, but that'll have to wait. Are we going to help each other or Shadowheart? Fine. She's right.
Okay. So Shadowheart has joined us. Get this. We're also going to take the backpack. Again, we're literally going to take everything that's not nailed down in this playthrough. Get rid of crossbow. Because legitimately, sometimes crossbow is a better chance to
No
hit.
time to waste.
Change your spells, because we do. So this is the first kind of it's not make or break, but this is gonna make a significant difference in the rest of the run if this succeeds. We're gonna try and command drop to get the sword. we'll see if that works.
Well, in it. Another brain. Can't slow down.
Now I'm gonna use this here because there's another restoration pod like right here. Hello, Standby. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so this is what I'm gonna be trying to do Saturday from noon to 5-ish most days. Is play a good chunk of Honor mode and see how far we can get. So you haven't missed a whole lot. We kind of we're still on the Nautiloid, obviously. I went over my build plans and a couple other things, but other than that, we're just kind of just going through trying to speedrun this as much as we can. So we're gonna wake these guys up so we can kill them. The most important thing is that we're level 2 by the time we hit when we hit the beach, because
Can't even catch my breath.
one of the things I got spoiled on for Honor mode is
Can't
that
slow down.
non-newborn intellect devourers have a ranged attack. So when we get to the beach, they have some like pulse attack thing, which I do not want to do. So we're gonna try and avoid that.
Stop me yet. Have to keep going.
And grab these cultists. So basically, I'm going into this blind as possible. I've been spoiled on a couple things for Honor mode. I won't mention too much, just so that the audience gets a little bit of a surprise. But basically, I vaguely know the mechanic for the Hag, I vaguely know the mechanic for Spider Queen, and I vaguely know the mechanic for Ketheric. But we'll see. Okay, anything we want to do before we go in? I believe this still restores spell slots, so... I mean, it's not like we're just gonna go in there and beat him up, so I don't need to get too min-maxy about this one. The only thing we're gonna be trying to do is to make sure that Shadowheart
Stay idle.
makes him drop the sword, because the sword would be nice for either Lae'zel or for Karlach until we respec her. And if nothing else, we could sell it, because we're gonna need a lot of money for this.
We are nearing the.
Yep, here we go.
These things have stayed
Okay,
interesting.
so first, quote-unquote boss fight. It's not really a boss fight, it's more of a set piece. It's my first time going into this on an Honor mode, though, so it might be different. There might be more going on. Like the Cambions usually show up around turn 5, 6, if I remember correctly. But they might come earlier in this mode, so we'll find out. Also, side note, because of the way Honor mode works, if any of us live, all of us live, and that's kind of the motto here. So there's gonna be times when we might have to do a bit of a tactical retreat just to keep the run alive. That's always a nice start. Oh,
This thing's full
does
of
he just
stuff.
have 2
Got to
attacks?
write it.
Oh boy, let's take a look at that. Yeah, he just has extra attack. Ooh boy. That is spooky. Okay, so that's what changes on him when he's in Honor mode. Is he or Tactician, I guess. He has an extra attack right off the bat. Spooky, spooky, spooky. So that's 65. That's 80. We'll start there because that's a pretty good chance to kill. Beautiful. Well done, Shadowheart. Obviously, we're gonna steal everything we can. How are you doing, Standby? Or having a nice day?
I am fury. I am death. Let my name be known.
Okay, so it's knocked out, so it's quote unquote dead. We'll stab it on our way by just to finish it off. So Lae'zel's gonna be going this way, I'm gonna be going this way, because there's a void bulb here and some void bulbs and stuff here I want to make sure I grab, because void bulbs are really great if you need to kind of do like a combo attack, because void bulbs will pull everything in their radius into the middle, and then we can hit them with, like, there's a bunch of different ways you can like stack up enemies and then hit them with an AoE. Honestly, I might take some of these with me too, these Nautiloid tanks, because they're nice explosives. And we might need to do a little bit of stuff with them, so we'll see.
Need to stay focused.
I'm trying to think whether I want, okay. If we get the command, if we get this first time, we'll probably drop a Shield of Faith on the Mind Flayer, just to make sure that it survives long enough for us to escape. Because the fact that he has extra attack is kind of terrifying. Is the Mind Flayer stronger too? Seems about the same. Stats might be slightly different. Was he always level 8? I don't actually remember. I think he might have been like level 5 or something. Anyway. Continuing.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Okay, I'm still alive.
Light on my feet.
Just gonna crossbow this guy. Okay. Make sure we swap to our shield while we're waiting. That's nice. Would have been nice if he landed that stun. Cause yeah, he's dying pretty quick, so we're gonna want to be about this.
Blood comes easy these days.
Okay, so first try.
I'm ready.
Drop. So it's a coin flip here, so let's give it a try. Beautiful. Okay, so weapon dropped.
Again.
We're gonna dash and we're gonna go steal his sword. Sword stolen. Awesome. So that's a good sign for this run. Or it's a nice occurrence for this run. So
Let's end this.
he's also going to do a lot less damage now that he's no longer... So I'm actually going to drop this Shield of Faith on the Mind Flayer. Because when you land on the beach, it gives you the benefits of a full rest.
I will ascend.
I'm going to be honest, I'm not actually sure... If he's knocked out, I'm not sure if we get the experience for him having died. Because I'd like to... Honestly, yeah, what we'll do is we'll move over here. We'll pick this up.
My path be true.
We'll pick up this for later. Void Bulb is here. We'll shoot this guy just to get him out of the way. And then because he's knocked out, we should be able to hit him from basically anywhere. So that should be fine. Okay. So we're gonna grab... There's a, there's a caustic bulb over there I want to grab.
We must take the transponder.
Grab that. There's nothing over here I care about. I could grab another one of these Nautiloid tanks. I don't know if it's worth going out of my way. I think we're just gonna keep going this way.
I will ascend.
Okay, so Lae'zel's gonna jump over here. Grab
On the
this.
move.
Nope. A little too far. That's gonna happen. We're just gonna run this turn anyway, so we're gonna use our telepathic abilities to move this close enough for us to grab. And then we're gonna dash. Okay, so we're here.
Stay on my feet.
Am I? Oh, interesting. Am I gonna take attack of opportunity? I have 11 HP. That's moderately terrifying. I'm going to not risk that and take a disengage. See, it's interesting because in regular mode, at least, he won't opportunity action you. Cutscene.
before they strike.
See, yeah, honestly, with the amount of
Out of sky. It's now or never.
with the amount of damage he was doing, I'm actually kind of concerned that if I hadn't,
Moving.
I'm kind of concerned if I hadn't made him drop the weapon, if he would just kill the Mind Flayer before
Swift and
we got a
lethal.
chance to get out of here. Because genuinely, it definitely seems like...
Make way.
Okay. It definitely seems like he was pretty... Like, the damage he was dealing was consistent enough that it really looked like he was going to kill him. Okay, cool. So we have gotten all our throwables that we really want. We're going to put them on Shadowheart in case we need them. Just gonna... That's fine. Cool. Because, yeah. Because it's mostly that first fight on the beach is what I'm most concerned about.
No choice but to keep going.
Good stuff.
Another step forward.
Focus on finishing off this imp. That's rude. Now we're just gonna make sure to kill these 3 enemies, and then we'll just dash for the thing, because we really don't want to have to deal with the Cambions if we can avoid it. Kind of, I don't know if it's fun, but it's kind of interesting. There's actually a way to block off the door to stop them from bothering you at all.
My faith will protect me.
It's a little kludgy, so I'm not going to do it now, but it might come in a future play run. 65 is better. Good stuff.
On the move.
Swift and lethal. This is your end.
Good stuff.
Still breathing, despite everything.
We just need to worry about these Mind Flayers because they have good loot. The rest of them, I don't like. The imps have some minor loot,
Before more dragons come.
but I'm not gonna worry too much about them. I mostly care about just finishing this. Here come the Cambions.
Take this ship, or Zariel will have your head.
How's the volume of everything, by the way?
little closer.
Never a dull moment.
And we're out.
The Helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
Okay, so we haven't died on the Nautilus yet, so far so good. I always laugh at that because like that would kill you. Like just that piece of rock to the head, dead, just gone.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Okay.
Other than the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through, but it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
Okay. Here we go. Alright, so first things first, grab our lucky shell. Make sure to grab our lucky clam shells. Grab our lucky shadow heart.
You're alive. I'm alive. I remember the ship. No. First things first. We might have escaped, but we still have the... We need each other. And we both know what... One thing. Just before... It would have been all... Lead the...
Okay, so we're gonna work
Something
on
the matter?
building up our
Must we? No, thank you.
approval with Shadowheart.
I'm sure we'll get along
Get our other lucky clamshell. I call these lucky clamshells just... Oh, okay, so awesome. We are level 2 on the beach. This is great. These clamshells are each worth $6. So it's just nice to have a little bit of, like... Every dollar counts in this playthrough, so... Send this to camp. We'll be using those to organize our inventory later. So we're going to keep our shield for now, but it might turn out that we need to do more damage. Like, later on, we might find it's better to do more damage than try and be defensive, so we'll see how that goes. So, we're going to take protection. This just means that if we're in melee, we can protect our allies a little better. We have command, that's good. I really like Thunderous Smite. We're going to be taking that for now. We might need to use Heroism. Like, Heroism might be just a standard feature later on. Bless also might be something that we might want to take. Just to help deal with the increased difficulty of everything. Shadowheart. Yeah, I think Shadowheart's gonna be largely just a buff. Like, she's gonna obviously do damage, but I think things like Bless are gonna be... She's gonna be doing that a lot.
Wits and blades.
As you can see, we have all our spell slots back. It's 10 turns.
Still breathing, despite everything. Another step forward.
So this first fight with the Intellect Devourers, we're probably going to use minimal resources possible. Because ultimately what we're trying to do is we want to get to the ruins. Like, we're going to do the fight with the Intellect Devourers right off the bat to get them out of the way. But we're going to want to go to the ruins and do the fight with... We're going to try and get the roll to persuade them away and then attack them afterwards. We'll see if that breaks my oath. If it does, that is what it is. We're going... It'll be a broken oath run, but a lot of these runs are going to be like, for the next little while, we're just learning. We're just finding out what does what and what we can. We're building up a order of operations. So we have to, because the thing is that we're going to be playing this almost like a roguelike. Like, we're going to be scouting, we're going to be learning. As we get later, we'll probably try and make safer decisions, and I have a good amount of game knowledge already just from having played the game a while. But this is going to be a learning experience. A lot of this is going to be just trying things out, seeing how they fail, seeing how they succeed. Okay. Yeah, like as an example, for the fight in the ruins, we're definitely going to be using that Nautiloid tank. We're going to do a little bit of
Right, what now?
shenanigans with that Nautiloid tank to get a nice explosion. We're not going to do a ton of Barrelmancy. There's very specific fights where we're going to do some Barrelmancy, but I'm going to try to use it. I'm going to try and avoid using it every single time, because that kind of minimizes a lot of the interesting fights in the game. But there are certain fights that just, it feels too thematic, or it feels too
There must be a settlement
useful.
somewhere.
And we're going to be selling a lot of books, including, we're going to be selling this Paladin's Oath and their tenants immediately. Honestly, kind of tempted to take the barrels, but so here's the intellect devourers. Now can we examine them? Let's see. So they are weakened. Okay, so it's, I think the weaken, yeah, there we go. So it's got lower AC than normal. So before we take this fight, we're gonna hop up here. Just gonna go grab this treasure chest. There's a small amount of experience here. There you go. Fire resistance. Oh, actually, that fire resistance potion is gonna come in handy later. We're gonna be pretty liberal with using potions and other things, because at the end of the day, yeah, okay, we need to get withers, because at the end of the day, we're gonna be crafting, buying, all that kind of stuff pretty consistently. Like, we're going to be making an aggressive effort to try and keep our stockpiles high, so we're also going to be using things when they're relevant, because we're going to need every edge we can get. Okay. So,
Alright,
we're going
time to skulk
sneak.
about. These boots have seen everything.
Okay, we're going to go into mode here. Get into turn-based mode. Gonna get up here. I just want to get past. So what we're trying to do is that there are 3 intellect devourers here. There's one here, one here, one here, and they haven't changed the encounter, so they're still there. Okay, so there's 3 of them here. What I'm trying to do is I want to get us up onto this ledge, and then when this intellect devourer runs past this Nautiloid tank, we hit it with a firebolt. It explodes, and it should kill both of these, or be it like hurt them really badly. And it means that this first fight is a lot safer, because otherwise, like, I have some serious concerns about us surviving this first fight. Being level 2 helps a lot, because like I have 7 more HP, So now he should patrol. Oh, there we go. Stop there.
Secrecy above all.
Oh shit, he got interesting. Okay. Okay. Try that again. Huh. It looks like turn-based mode has a smaller radius. Ah, okay. It did catch him there. That's interesting. I wonder if that's a feature of Honor mode, is that it has a smaller radius. So now we just hit this Nautiloid tank. See, there's that ranged attack they have.
Best keep some distance.
Okay, so did that kill both of them? I think it killed both of them. Let's check. 1, 2. Good. Okay, they're both dead. That's a good start. Thankfully, the fact that we were above. So Simnast. Okay, let's see this. So it is 3 to 8 damage. It's an attack roll. Okay, cool. So it should be.
Where do I go from here? What do I have to lose?
We have the high ground bonus here, so that should help us get better hits. Oh, I should have swiped back to my shield. It's gonna keep using this discharge. The fact that we have yeah, so low ground is giving it -2, so that's basically canceling out the the tactician bonus. So
Down with you.
Survival is all that matters. Try me.
kind of a shame it didn't die there, but is what it is. We're gonna pull out our shield so we have better AC. Ooh, see, like, you can see how quickly that would get bad.
Still breathing. Despite
90% miss hurts, not gonna lie.
Ready.
I'm gonna move her away, see if I can get a
Another
line on this
fight.
thing.
Let's go.
There we go. Beautiful. Okay.
Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Okay, first fight in the books.
And move.
First real fight in the books that feels pretty good. We didn't die on the Devourers. As far as from what I've read, it's a pretty common thing to die right off the bat. Honestly, another thing I might have done to improve my odds is to dip in fire here, but we'll take it. So I think I'll use a potion here, just to top up a little bit. Ooh, that drow poison might be useful later. See, again, depending on, drops can vary in these Illithid, I think. That chest dropping a drow poison is really nice, because that's something we're gonna, poisons do not especially poisons that put things to sleep, they have a huge synergy with specifically paladins, because if something is asleep or paralyzed, we get an auto crit, and auto crits means smite do max damage. So that's like that's easy 30 damage. So and smited in is basically what we're planning to do here. So
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
show this boxed boss. So we're gonna get Astarion. We're gonna kill the Illithid before it sees us. We're going to save Gale, and then we're gonna go do the save Gale, save Lae'zel, and then go do the ruins right away, because the ruins are gonna get us close to level 3. Like, if we do the ruins, like if we do all the ruins and then go do the gate fight, we should hit level 3. And then we can go from there. Although, I've actually been streaming for about an hour. So I'm going to take a quick break and stand up, stretch, do all that kind of stuff. So mill about, and I will be back soon. Okay, and I'm back. So we're gonna go grab Astarion. We'll try for this. We'll see if we get it. Cause that's another. There's like it's like 2 potions of speed and some various gems. It's very nice.
Harry, I've got one of in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
We're gonna be heroic.
Can you see it?
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
Don't we? You're in league with them, aren't you?
Your mind, you try to hold.
What was that? The worm. And to think, I was ready to... My name's Astarion. I was in bold... Is that so? We clearly
Thank
move
you.
in different circles. Turn us into... Although... It hasn't happened yet. Well, yes, of course. You know. And... All right.
Okay. Good stuff. We got Astarion. So we're gonna have Astarion around. Like, we're gonna do some stuff with him, and we'll see how it goes. It might be a lot more difficult in honor mode. I wouldn't be surprised. But we're gonna try not to rush too hard to the ending. I do want to do end game quest stuff, so we can try and get some good endings on honor mode. But we'll see how that goes, because like losing the 3rd act would suck. So we're just gonna have to do our best. Okay. So we're not gonna go over here for the moment because I don't want to scare away this boar without being able to talk to it. So I will need potion of animal speaking.
On my way.
We're gonna crouch here.
There. A mind flayer. And it's hurt.
We're just gonna have him
Things bound to be dangerous
sneak
even
attack this.
now.
We're just gonna have him sneak attack this mind flayer so we don't have to deal with it.
Monster! Death is too good for it.
Best be on my way. Wanted the easy path.
Okay. There's another mind flayer body over here. Just gonna grab that. Then we're gonna go grab the supplies. So, a big change. Another change that I know about. A big change is that. Ooh, yes. Camp supplies. to full rest costs a lot more camp supplies. So it costs 80 camp supplies as opposed to 40. So we're gonna have to be careful ish. It's still like you still get a lot of camp supplies. Like that's we just got enough that it like we have 2 supply packs is a full rest. So we're okay. We're not hurting for it too badly. Like everyone comes with their own camp sack, so like there should be enough that we could get like we have like 3 or 4 well, we have at least 2 currently, but we should get enough supplies that we can have 3 or 4 long rests, which is really all you need in the first part of Act 1, but again, this might all be more difficult because it's honor mode, so we shall see.
What's going on with that room? Looks unstable somehow.
I'm curious how this works. Interesting. I guess we just can't load it? Yeah, there's only one save file. Okay, yeah, I was just curious how that works. So I can apparently quick save, but it just saves on top, which is fine. It just means that like if we're worried about something.
Erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
So it's funny because I remember when I first played this game and I came to this, I was like, oh man, I'm not touching a malfunctioning sigil. So I missed Gale for the first like hour or 2.
A hand? Anyone? Ow! Perhaps I should have clarified? A helping hand? Anyone?
Okay, let's see if we can save Gale. Good. Wizard, get.
That's it! Go on! Keep pulling! Aha! Oh. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. A bit shocked. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. And I can only assume you too were on the receiving. No, you sugar. It's a pro. You don't have.
You seem to.
Most, no doubt. But I find my. As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly. We're most certainly going to need a healer. And soon. Oh, it was an act of foresight.
Okay. Gale, get. So
Elminster's not around, so it might as well.
I think we're probably like we're not gonna be using Gale a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest. But just for these first couple encounters where he's with us, I think we're gonna put him into divination. So, yeah, because I think Portent is gonna be big help. Oh, hello, Helren. Welcome to Honor Mode. You arrived just as I was deciding what we were going to do with Gale. So in this case, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing divination so we can adjust our rolls. Oh, no worries. So far, I mean, we're not dead yet. we got through. So we got through the Nautilus, the Nautiloid rather, and we also got through the Intellect of our fight. It's something like 40% of honor mode runs die on the Intellect Devourers, because they have a ranged attack. They have like if you go back in the video, you can see they actually like fire a mind pulse at you from a range. So like the normal tactic of going up on the thing and firing down doesn't work quite as well. But I have a way around that. So anyway, we're doing well. We're doing well. I'm just figuring out how I'm going to build. I think I'm probably going to build Ice Mage on Gale with Portent.
What to do?
but for the minute... Okay, so here's kind of an important role. I prefer not to kill the tieflings if possible. We do want Lae'zel for a bunch of reasons. I prefer not to kill the tieflings going into this, but we'll see. We do have proficiency in persuasion. It's only a +4, but hopefully we can. I think this is actually a deception roll, but we shall see. Here we go.
Zoru was right. Yellow is a...
The thing's dangerous.
And if it escapes...
Your skull pounds.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, so this is kind of a fun one. As a paladin, I kind of love how you, like, one of the first social encounters in the entire game as a paladin, you get the option to lie to people. As specifically as a paladin action. It's a 10, so this is better than 50%. There we go. We're good. Cool. Done. Lae'zel get.
He's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast. You didn't hear it. Shook our camp good, so we came for a look. Northwest.
And be careful.
Nymessa.
Okay.
Get me down. Never.
Okie dokie. Now... So we're not going to cheese too much. We're going to try and play this fairly upfront, but I want to try something just to see if it works. So if
I've heard you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one. Gale seems interesting.
I love the side eye there.
If you're sure. If you're sure. A shame.
Okay, so I'm sending her home because I want to test something. So I don't... If you allow Lae'zel to stay with you, you get a disapproval from Shadowheart. But if she's not in the party, I'm wondering if that's still going to happen. I should have checked before she left, actually. I'm not going to fuss about it too much, but I just want to kind of... I'm trying! Okay, here we go.
Hasn't checked, but the longer my people possess the cure for this infection. It is many. Githyanki protocol is clear. You have made an ally.
Okay, so we just got a Gale approves here.
Come, a Kresh.
So now, I actually want to have Shadowheart in my party for this next area. So let's see if that retroactively did anything. So let's get Shadowheart back.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just... Your dance card is full. Lose a partner and there'll be room for me. Wonderful. I was beginning to feel...
Okay, so let's look at Shadowheart. 13. Yeah, I think that actually worked. Because, so, you get 5 from saving her in the Nautiloid. You get 5 from agreeing not to press further. And then I got 1 from sassing Lae'zel. And then, like, 2 other elsewhere. So I think that means... that sending her back to camp means you can dodge the relationship penalty just by not having her there. Good to know. It's not going to matter too much. Again, like, we're going to pretty easily get to the point where we're in that relationship. But I just wanted to kind of, like, see if that works still. Okay, grab the short bow, grab this mushroom. Okay, so we're going to double dip a little bit here. So what we're going to do... We're going to go stealth. And I'm going to have Astarion pickpocket this guy. Because he has an acid arrow, and I don't want him having that when we fight. Okay, awesome. And then I'm gonna switch back to my main character. There we go. That's fine. It doesn't really matter.
Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours. All of it.
I do agree. I do appreciate that Astarion just gets an intimidation bonus from being Astarion. And, I mean, this is going to be... So what we're trying to do here is, if you resolve this encounter socially or with combat, you still get XP. So, what we're doing here is that we're going to try and resolve it socially and then engage in combat. This might break our oath. We'll find out. Oh, just barely made that roll.
Well, come on, you lot.
Second.
Nobody's get.
So we're gonna immediately go into turn-based mode, and then remember how we took that tank with us? This tank is just gonna coincidentally go off. Who knows why and how?
Feel my mistress's wrath.
Okay. We'll see if this breaks my oath. If this breaks my oath, I mean, at this point, if we get an oath break, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I actually enjoy Oathbreaker in general, so. Hit Gale a little more than I wanted it to, but you know what? That's fine. Who cares about Gale? I will pop a potion here just so he doesn't die immediately.
Where do I go from here?
Okay, cool. He doesn't have his arrow, so we're gonna go bonk him. And then push him off. Goodbye! Good stuff. Does he have vision? Damn. We're gonna move Astarion back just a little bit, just so we can go hide, and then good stuff. So, like, you can see. So the reason that we're fighting these guys is we already got the experience from the social encounter, so we won't get more experience again. Yeah, so see, we got 50 experience here. However, these guys have a bunch of early game materials which are useful. So, like, there's a shovel that we get here, there's some lockpicks that we get here, there's a trap disarm kit that we get here, and there's a bunch of armor that we get here. So it's just kind of like it's a free shopping essentially. It's like almost 200 gold's worth of stuff that they will give us. She's probably gonna use sleep. Yeah, there's sleep. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have her move back. I'm not gonna bother with a potion right now. He's down low, so his range attacks, they should have been. He should have had a harder time with that, but he's gonna attack Astarion. Oh, Gale. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, poor Gale. Do we spend a spell slot here? Let me think. I think no. I think we want to save our spell slots for we're gonna save our spell slots for the gate encounter. So I'm just going to lower his AC, or just kill him. That also works. I guess I'll use my action to get Gale back up. Although there's actually kind of a very funny interaction if Gale dies, so I'm not gonna do that on purpose, but you might get to see the action that happens when Gale dies. I'm gonna move him. Let's go back into stealth. Gale, we're just gonna move back here. You're guzzling my potions, Gale. This is why we don't keep Gale around. Okay, so they cast Ice Knife. Shadowheart needs 14 to save. They rolled a 9, so we can choose to. We're gonna replace this 14, or we're gonna replace this 9 with a 14 instead. So she will then save instead of failing. So she takes less damage from that Ice Knife.
Got to move.
Right on her butt. That's fine. That's gonna happen. Yeah. Cool. So we're gonna go here. That gets us right up in melee combat with the. And we're gonna actually backbreaker him, because if we knock him prone, there we go. He's gonna have a hard time getting away from us. Asterion. Can we? Yeah. So there we go. Nice and efficient. Thank you, Asterion. And then just back into stealth, and then Gale, you can come on up here. And can you get any eye line on him? No. I did give. Oh wow, we actually have a. Huh, interesting. Anyway, I did give Gale. Oh yeah, so we were gonna have a critical miss here. Do we want to use this port? No, we're not. Because these recharge on long rest, if I remember correctly. Yeah, each long rest during the day you can use reaction. Yeah, so we're not gonna worry about this. This is not a miss that matters.
Focus.
We're gonna actually. So if you're ever dealing with ice, if you jump, you don't have to make the roll. So as long as you're able to jump in one movement to get out, you don't have to deal with. Unfortunately, we don't have any angle on that. That's fine. That's whatever. We might take one more hit here. Yeah, he wasted his whole turn just standing up, so now I can just kill him. Okay. Oh, we did. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you. So, if you see here, we got 15 experience from killing them. That's the difference between the social experience and the combat experience, because the combat experience is a little higher. So if we had just killed them, we would have gotten 65 experience. So we both got the social experience and got what the difference was. So get some delicious
Catch a break.
armor and stuff. So like as you can see, like. So that's 40, that's 40, that's 65. There's like 200 gold's worth of stuff by killing them, which is pretty nice. Also, I think, if I remember correctly, no, I was incorrect. I forget. There's an early game. I think it might be in the crypt itself. There's some early game heavy armor, which is better than the starting paladin armor. So we're gonna definitely swap over to that when we find it. We're gonna short rest here. Is there anything we need to use before that? No, I don't think so. Yeah, we're gonna short rest here because we're gonna have another combat. We have the fight immediately below us, then we have the crypt fight, and then we have the gate fight. And then after the gate fight, we're gonna long rest once we do stuff in the grove. Yeah, that's kind of the order of operations here. So we're gonna heal there just so we're full health. We want to make sure we have Gale and Shadowheart with us for the crypt. Lae'zel doesn't care about any of that stuff. Then we're going to swap over to Lae'zel for the gate fight, because in theory, there's a Lae'zel inspiration point. It's been broken the last couple patches. I'm hoping they fixed it in the last one. We will see. Okay, so let's grab this mushroom. Let's see how we're doing for ingredients. Mind readings, whatever. Okay. The one thing, so there's two chests. There's one here and there's one here. This one has scrolls in it, if I remember correctly. We're really hoping for a scroll of Featherfall, because that lets us get Karlach early. There's like a loop around you can do with Featherfall. And that means we can get Karlach without having to do a couple other fights. we'll see how, because we want Karlach in our final party, we want to get her as early as possible to start building up relationship. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so let's get everyone out of the way and do our normal party crasher entrance.
Cautious.
Okay. Good stuff. Everybody hide. Now. Does that use up channel divinity? It doesn't. Is this just an ability? Class action. Concentration. Okay, cool. So the reason, yeah, I mean, you were going a different way. I tried to hint at it to you, but again, this being a D&D engine means that there's so many different solutions to problems that like it's really easy to just kind of like get lost searching and exploring. So, okay, so the reason we're giving him advantage on that is that we're gonna when we go down here, we're gonna try and keep him hidden so that he doesn't get pulled into turn order, so that he can get some sneak attacks and do some shenanigans. So I love the falling noise you get for like just a second.
Oh my hand. See anything?
See, like as you can see, he just because he has advantage. Oh, this is annoying. They got better rolls than us. Okay. Yeah, that kind of sucked. It wasn't terrible. We just got kind of unlucky because they got a couple turns before us. But ultimately, this is a totally reasonable result. Hide him there. It sucks they were able to throw that fire potion, but we'll survive. What resources are we using here? When's his turn? It's there. Okay. I think we're just gonna peer. He hasn't used his. Oh, come on. There has to be a shot there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna do piercing shot here to try and make sure. Yeah, I mean, that is what it is. So we're gonna come back here.
One can't always be a
Gale.
gentle. Don't get too close.
Now let's think. Can we get a couple of these? If we get you, I don't think we can do that. That's fine. We're just gonna hit you with fireball. How much do we care about this hit? Don't think we care about this hit, so he's just gonna miss. That's fine.
Stay at my feet.
So we're gonna put ourselves in that door so that we're doing our best to protect the rest of the party. See, I could use the drow. I want to save. What am I saving this for? I'm gonna save this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this in the gate fight to try and keep everyone alive. It may or may not work. We'll find out. That's fine though. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. That's a good hit. He's at 6. Okay, so we're just gonna put ourselves in the doorway. We got kind of lucky that all of our turns are all lined up like that. 14 to save. They rolled. So again, that won't actually save us. That's fine.
Weave, save me. I cannot take much more.
Poor Gale, just getting the shit beaten out of him. Okay, so we're gonna have Shadowheart toss one of these. Again, jump her out of the ice so that we don't make the check. throw this here. So it brings them both into the same area as well as sets one of them on fire, so that's a nice use of resources. Are we stealthed currently? I don't think we are. Yeah, we're not. So, do we want to acid arrow? Honestly, I kind of want to acid arrow. So we're gonna stealth, and then we're gonna acid arrow this person.
Let's play.
That kills one of them. Move you back out of the way. Gale. How much HP do you have left? That's not much. So we're gonna fireball you. Firebolt you, rather. Good job, Gale. I'm gonna move you out of the ice. And, man, Gale. There we go. So you won't go down. Move you out of here.
No choice but to keep going.
As for me, he's at 3. It's a pretty decent chance of killing him here, so we're gonna do that. Aw, rude. So he's probably gonna go into a rage. That's fine. He's at 1 HP. So I'm gonna close this door to block up the sight line. Because he doesn't know how far. Because the sight line was obstructed there, he didn't know how far he had to run, so he dashed, so he wasted his entire turn. There we go. I can't believe she did exactly 1 damage. That's so rude. Okay. Okay, so there's one more person who's gonna come. Just gonna go stealth here and just wait. And see, this is one of those times when I really wish we had hold action. I think I'm actually gonna lay on hands myself just a little bit. Close that door again. So this guard's gonna run in here. Okay, so it's gonna take him a while to get here, so we're gonna move out. Okay.
Blood comes easy these days.
So we'll see if this works. I'm actually gonna run over here and can I hit the switch still? Where is it? There it is. No, I need an action for that. That's fine. So I'm gonna have Shadowheart come out here. She's gonna shoot the lever. Because if I remember correctly, he doesn't know how to
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
open the door. I'm gonna put myself in front of it just in case. But if I remember incorrectly, he can't open the door from the other side. We'll find out.
Quickly.
But still, I feel like this was a pretty successful fight with everything that was involved, so. So yeah, he opened the door, but that was his entire action. Don't care about this hit. So yeah, because opening the door takes an entire action, I can do this, which is that I have one person shoot the door, which closes it, and because there's only one of him, he has to spend his entire turn opening the door.
Concentrate. Got to press on.
Allow me to demonstrate.
And that gives me time to get my entire party ready for him, so that when he opens the door this time, we just hit him with everything he does.
Well, so much for peace. Fall by my hand.
Shall we cut and
What should I do?
annoying.
Can't give up.
Well, that's a pretty minimal amount of damage. I'm not too angry with that. Okay. So, there's a good amount of supplies in here. There's like a whole supply pack here, so we're gonna grab that. This painting is worth 35 bucks, so we're gonna grab that.
It's been a long day. I'll need to rest soon.
So, books are actually a very good source of early game gold.
Only dust.
So there's a lot of rows of books here that we're going to be emptying out, making sure that we're checking.
Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
RN, how are you? How's your day going? That's good. Did you have any plans when you wanted to stream? Because if I've been going for about an hour 45 minutes here, so depending on when you wanted to stream, I could end mine and hand off to you essentially. Ooh, yeah. Delicious in Dungeon. I've heard really good things about the manga. I think Delicious in Dungeon is just a really good series. The author does some. The author's pretty cool. I have read some interviews by them. This is my only we'll see how much this is necessary going down the line. But my only concern about this whole my only concern about this mode in general is that it might get a little tedious doing a bunch of the early game stuff. So depending on how things go, I may or may not stream some of the runbacks. Unless I do something significantly different, I might leave some of the runback stuff for off stream and just try and see about progress. But we'll see how things go. We'll see how it feels, because if it gets too repetitive and I'm not able to stream of consciousness pattern to fill space. Okay. So, first crypt fight done, second crypt fight coming up, as well as the trap room. How do we want to use resources here? Everything hits a lot harder. I'm just noticing just from our HP. We're taking just a lot more damage in general. Which, I mean, unsurprising. I guess this is still the same hit die. I guess it's just they just have that tactician bonus, so they're just hitting more. So, yeah, Asteria. I mean, honestly, see, this is one of those things that unless you're thinking about it or how to use it, it's entirely understandable to not think about actually using Blessing of the Trickster. But it's good. Like, having advantage on stealth means that he doesn't get seen during fights, so he just doesn't take attacks.
Not as bad as it could have.
And having one person who doesn't get pulled into initiative order is pretty strong, so that means you can do shenanigans outside time. So yeah, we'll be selling a lot of scrolls likely, and I don't know how much we're going to be teaching to Gale, because I don't think Gale's going to be in our final party most of the time. I'm still not sure if I want to... Okay, I'm going to... Because I want to short rest before the gate fight, and then take a long rest after the gate fight. So...
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
You know what? I'll do this. I'll make sure I'm actually using this. Lay on hands myself. Gale, you're just gonna have to live with it. We're gonna make sure to use your spells. So Gale won't be coming with us. Let me think. Yeah, Gale won't be coming with us for the gate fight, because I'm going to switch to Lae'zel to hopefully get her inspiration. So we're safe to use up all of Gale's spells in the next encounter. Cool. Which reminds me, I actually want to switch what spells he had. Good stuff.
Salutations.
Shadowheart. So we have this fight and the next fight. I think I'll cure wounds myself. Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna use a potion. Yeah, we're gonna use one potion here. That gets her up to full. If Gale goes down, it's whatever. Astarian's fine, I'm fine. Okay. Now, perception rolls.
I wonder what the next move is.
So we're gonna guidance herself, which will buff her perception check.
Let's see what we have here.
And she has dark vision. Because we just want, all we care about is perceiving the actual trap. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No one saw it, son of a gun! Ah! Okay, let's see. Okay, let's swap out.
Let's get going.
Let's grab Lae'zel and see if she sees the trap.
Chatter already? You're full up. Dismiss someone first. Well chosen.
Oh, and level her up. It sucks because Shadowheart had the best chance on that check. So. But that's dice, I mean. Oh, it's a DC 15. Interesting. I wonder if that's higher. Yeah, that she failed it. Damn it. Okay. So we'll do this the hard way then.
Should mind my stab.
Something the matter? A bit crowded, don't you think? You'll need to... Wonderful.
Okay. So we're gonna loot the rest of the room.
Caution is warranted here.
Ooh, oh, that's a nice find. Smoke powder bomb. That early game, that is heck tons of damage. So that might come into play later.
A trap. This is more dangerous than I thought. A strange call.
Interesting. A lot of pikes. I do like pikes, but nice. I got my first inspiration point from Soul for Sale. How's my strength? Okay. We're gonna start putting stuff on Shadowheart since I'm starting to fill up. Okay, so that's all the stuff in here. So we're gonna run everyone out. Gonna split up the party, and then Astarion is gonna come grab this sarcophagus.
Quick step.
There are traps about.
And then so this button here actually turns off the traps, if I understand correctly. So we've activated the traps and then it deactivated the traps. What's going on here? And then he's gonna run out of the room just to make sure. Yeah, we're good. So, if you ever get into the situation where you're stuck and you need to open the sarcophagus without disarming the trap, all you need to do is open the sarcophagus, hit this button, and then you're safe.
Is that blood? No, never mind. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
And the reason I wanted that was the sarcophagus has a key, and otherwise you have to try and roll on this door. The spear itself is fine. Like, I actually like having it on Gale, because, so, if you notice, it says when the spear misses its target, but I have noticed that if you do a different attack and still miss, it still gives you 2 strike, which is kind of cool. Oh, also, Gale should have a shield. So Gale is weird in that Gale has militia training, so it means he can wield a shield, which most mages can't. So he just randomly has you can have him with a shield, so he just randomly has higher AC than most wizards. I'm also going to give Astarion a rapier, so he does a little more damage on sneak attack.
Interesting times. Armed scribes.
We're going to take all their stuff, so they don't have it when they wake up.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Waste a step.
Who's this supposed to be? Statue looks ancient.
Well, no one knows who Jurgle is. Great. Okay, so we're gonna go do the book first. Now, we're gonna use Gale for this, because wizards get an easier roll on this.
Looks like someone wanted to bury their secrets.
Hopefully it works, because it's 2 points of inspiration, which is kind of nice around here. Now, is this armor better than mine? It is not. It's actually kind of cool. Okay, so we gotta get some. We're carrying too much. We are encumbered. So we're just gonna. Sort by weight, and then just send the heaviest stuff to Shadowheart. For the moment. We can get rid of these. Those are going to be used later. Cool. And then we don't need to carry. We only ever use this when we're in camp, so I'm just gonna send this all back to camp so we can use it later. Okay. So,
Your desire.
Gale, turn on the candles and let's open this book.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a
Open
massive
that book. Hey, Gale was smart enough to open the book. I love how my character's just staring off into space. He's just zoning out while Gale's doing this.
As the lock opens, a
Like
page comes with it.
He's just staring at a spot on the wall. He doesn't care at all.
What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Oh, well, that's a shame, but I don't think it's worth it, so we're just gonna leave it.
Stare at the dark and
Okay, so we still got, I think we only got one out of that, though. Yeah, we only got one out of that. If you pass both checks, you get one from Shadowheart as well.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
I'm wondering if she can read the book, and if that'll... Is it still there? It is. Let's see if Shadowheart can read the book and roll again. No. I mean, that is what it is. Ultimately, it's only one inspiration, so it's like... We might get it next time. Like, this... There's a non-zero chance this is not gonna be our first... This is not gonna be our only run. There's a pretty good chance this won't be our only run, so... I'm not gonna trouble too much about it. Okay, so we're gonna have her... So we're gonna Blessing of the Trickster Astarion again. Try and keep him hidden.
I have a lot on my mind.
We know there's an ambush coming, so we're all gonna hide.
Don't mind if I do.
And then
Protects me.
Shadowheart's gonna press the button. It's gonna trigger the ambush.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
And we'll start the fight with Astarion.
The darkness can be to our advantage.
Okay. Because we all saved, because I don't want to get revealed here if we can avoid it, so I'm gonna pop off right now. Oh, that's a shame. So we have a surprise round, so we're gonna use it.
Taking my time in the shadows. I just want a little look.
There is work to do.
I might turn undead here if I get a chance, but we'll see. So I'm gonna move him over here. We're gonna hide again. It may or may not actually turn out to matter, but
unleash me.
So yeah, we're gonna be using spells here. Knocked him prone. I'm pretty happy with that. They're surprised. I'm gonna jump myself up here so I can go after this spellcaster up here. Also, ultimately, the farther forward I am, the more I'm gonna draw fire for my party. I think that's just our turn. Cool. So that worked. So we're gonna just hit him again. Nice sneak attack. Back into stealth. Gale's gonna back up. They're probably gonna silence us, but that's fine. He's on difficult terrain. I'm actually gonna hit him with another. Oh no! Another critical miss. Back Gale up. Let these guys take their turn. They're gonna like ice beam me. Interesting. Fog cloud. They have different spells. That's kind of neat. Because on normal they only have silence and firebolt, I think. That's 5 damage.
Stay on my feet.
Okay. I mean, I can just
find a way forward.
Thankfully, I can just move out of here. Probably want to use Concussive Smash on the other guy. We're just gonna backbreaker him to try and deal with him here. I'm kind of trying to get them all into the same area so I can do something like turn undead on all of them all at once. We'll see if that works out for us or not. Interestingly, Astarion succeeded on that hiding check. Oh, it did, and then he failed apparently. Let's see. Okay, because he succeeded on the hiding check, but then he was spotted. Rude. So we'll do a piercing strike. Yeah, this guy's 15 AC is really giving us a hard time.
Gone with the weave.
It's insane. About the same. Cool. So this is so once I've hit him with Witch Bolt, I can reactivate it, and it doesn't roll to hit. It just does damage. So that means that we have a quote unquote guaranteed hit. 1 damage. Oh, snapped him in half. This fog cloud is really interesting. I wonder why. Okay, so let's see if we can remove his, reduce his armor class. Nah. Oh, we tried. Okay, so we're gonna hop him down, and then 4 to 11. We'll try and daze him, or just crit him to death.
Have to keep going.
Oh man, wild. Just wild. So I'm just gonna have Gale use his Witch Bolt because this could kill the dude. Yeah, there we go. So that guy's dead.
Knight to King 5.
Time for Cole.
That means Astarion can come out. I guess it makes sightlines bad here. They can't see me.
Need to act fast. Moving.
Blood comes easy these days.
Fog clouds.
Let's
Let's
get
walk
this
up and
over
bonk
with.
this guy. Excellent. See, there's their silence. Do we have a shot on this guy?
With finesse.
See, I swear there should be a shot through here, but I think this wall is blocking. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
The dance macabre.
Let me recite their demise. Swiftly now.
Talk to me. On my way.
Yeah, like it's acting like this is a solid object, basically. Like I think it doesn't recognize that there's holes in this, at least visually. Yeah, it's like hitting here and then stopping. So there's no way to like. I will light this candle. And you're dead.
Rising from the dead just to protect some dusty old baubles.
They're unthinking cadavers. That may as well feel sorry for a breadbasket.
Breathe deep. And
Welcome back. Stand by. How are you doing? Okay. So now we're gonna meet our good friend Withers. Steal all this stuff. Okay, so after this, we're gonna... I've been going for about 2 hours, so I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna do the gate fight. Oh, that's very fair. What annoying... What game are you playing and what annoying part are you running into?
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right.
Oh, yeah, fair. What, like...
What a curious way to awaken.
I'm trying to think of how to say this without spoiling anything.
I have a question for thee.
Like
What is the
in the
worth
town,
of
in the
single
tower,
mortal's
underground.
I am not the same as those thou hast seen.
Oh no, I think I know exactly what you mean. Is it the
Wilt
jumpy
thou
thing?
Answer my question. So I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Okay, yeah. No, that whole area, it's a time. I swear it's gotten worse. Anyway.
I am curious by what standards thou shalt judge. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face.
Not ominous
We
at
will
all.
see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Okay, so this, get the money. Now, here's a question. Okay, we have 345 right now. If we go, has
Let's get on
Shudheart
with it.
used anything? No. Okay, so we're gonna use 1 cure wounds on her, or actually, how much HP? 1d8 plus 3, so that's an average of 4 HP. Yeah, close, or well, 4 versus... Okay. About 6. This is probably 4 to 11 versus 4 to 7. Okay, I just want to test something.
At least things have stayed interesting.
What am I to do?
And Shadowheart.
On I go. Better get to it.
So we've used 1 spell slot. I just want to test, because I've never actually tested this. I want to see if if you get your spell slots back when you respec.
I shall be here in thy camp for whenever, should thou or any of thy compatriots fate, although thou dost not see as thou.
Because we gotta do something important here. Okay, I think that's fine. And then, did we want to change up her stats at all? Because we're gonna have Karlach. I think we're actually gonna put this here, because then when we get, because we're gonna take ASI, and that would put her into 16 Dex, 18 Wisdom, and that would mean her ranged attacks are better, because we're basically never putting her on the front lines in terms of, like, we're never gonna melee attack if we can avoid it with her. So I think that's gonna be better for us. Okay. And that means level up. Get that. Get this absolutely absurd thing. Do we want Sanctuary for anything? We could use it in the next fight to make sure everyone lives, but I don't know how much I care about everyone living in the next fight. Okay. Anyway, so got that. So the next thing we want to do is we're gonna trade out.
Let's get going.
Gale's gonna stay here. Lae'zel's gonna come with us.
You're not versed in magic, are you? Oh, I do apologize. If you meet...
Best be on my way.
What's on your mind?
Gale just being totally dismissive of my divine magic.
I question the wisdom of that. I'll be...
Speak. It is done.
Okay, so now... Cool. So we actually got away from that fight with like no damage. That's pretty cool. We're gonna go do the gate fight. Oh, hey! Lae'zel actually recognized Jurgle. That's very cool. Of all the people, the person who isn't from this plane recognized Jurgle. Okay, let's grab this Dragger root.
That's curious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show you a trick about alchemy, because, like, again, because we're trying to maximize outcomes every time in this, we're going to be doing a little bit of shenaniganry related to... Featherfall get. Also, this Scroll of Scorching Ray is actually pretty nice for early game because this is a lot of single target damage. This is great for bursting down. Like I have a very specific place I'm probably going to use this.
I'll be keeping an eye on you. Understand?
Okay, so wizards. Wizards have some interesting leveling abilities, but there are so many different types of wizards. It's easy to not like
I shall be here.
Know which one you want to get. So give me a second.
For whenever there are many answers to that.
Oh, okay. This is a very hard roll. This is a 20. I'm not gonna use anything on this, but because we're a paladin, we can sense he has divine energy. So let's see if we can figure out where that's coming from. Oh, okay. This is gonna be once we get to this once a run, basically. So this will be like a signpost.
Energy indeed, but the source is unclear.
If we keep dying and keep coming back to him, we might eventually figure this out. Can you give me companions yet?
Although thou dost not seem to be in need.
So I can't get hirelings yet. Once we get hirelings, I'm going to show you a cool little optimization. Okay. Yeah, so we've opened these chests. What else do we need to do before? Oh yeah, there's one more thing. I think there's a rogue's morsel in here. So you will notice, like, make sure it's everyone's on. So you will notice it's going to happen that I'm going to like reduce my chemical ingredients down to their extracts, but I'm going to extract the like ingredients, but I'm not going to craft, and there's a reason why. Because if you're trying to get the most out of all your alchemy, there's a way to get a better chance of getting more alchemy stuff. So we're going to run this way. So we'll be going to this gate fight with full HP, and we're gonna short rest. We're not gonna have our lay on hands, but I think that's fine. So kind of canonically, I guess, this is where you're supposed to get your first shovel and learn how to dig.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Okay, so we're gonna have Astarion go around this way.
Don't linger.
We're gonna have Shadowheart come to here. Lae'zel is gonna come to here. Yeah. Astarion's gonna stealth.
Let's keep to the shadows.
Come up to here. And then I'm
never wanted the easy path.
Perfect. We haven't triggered it. Okay, so now I'm gonna engage my movement so that actually before I do that, almost forgot, short rest. So we get we want our actions back. So we're gonna run. So when a cutscene triggers, if you're already engaged, if you've already set in a motion like this and a specific action, and jumping seems to work the best, but if you've already set into motion an action, your character will continue to do the action while the cutscene is running, which you'll see in a second. Because what I'm trying to do is that there's a goblin shaman who's going to be right beside that rock once the fight spawns. So by doing this, I'm going to put myself literally right beside them and be able to attack right away and hopefully kill them before they use their Scroll of Grease, because that's something we can sell and or use.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody... What's going on? Goblins are on our tail!
Everyone spend a moment and say rip for Cannon. F's in the chat for Cannon. Best boy.
Shit! Damnable roach!
Speaking of best boys,
provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
so look, I've magically moved to right beside this goblin shaman. How could I ever gotten there? Okay, so we're gonna do some shenanigans. Okay, so let me take a look. So where is she? She's there. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna be able to bless from this range. I could. Who's this? This is Zakruk. I could actually make Zakrud drop all his stuff, or grovel. You know what? I think just putting Fairy Fire on everyone in this circle seems pretty good. So I'm gonna start with that. So Fairy Fire means that all of these, everyone who is affected by it, is now all incoming attacks now have advantage, and they cannot be invisible. The invisible part doesn't matter, but what does matter is that like every attack that we make against the people in this circle is going to have advantage. And like we got a little unlucky with our rolls here, but it does mean that like with the warg going last, we can get a lot of hits on this warg. The three dangerous enemies in this fight are the warg, Zakrug. Zakrug gets extra attack for some reason. He has this. Oh, okay, there you go. So his second attack has disadvantage, but he gets 2 attacks in a turn. He's pretty dangerous. And this bugbear, because the bugbear has tenacity. He has a morning star, so he gets tenacity, so he can do a lot of damage. He also deals a 1d8 extra when attacked with melee, so he does a lot of damage really fast. Okay, so here we go. It basically also means that these allied NPCs, which are usually kind of medium, are gonna hit a lot more. Get to the high ground! Like, Aridin might die here. Yeah, like, I do not promise that any of the NPCs are gonna survive here, I hate to say. We're gonna do our best to save people, but I don't have high hopes. However, because we got Astarion in position, we have a nice high. I'm gonna try and hit Zakrug from here. We're gonna have him coat his weapon in Drow Poison. Oof, that's not great.
Yes, here.
Hey, okay, awesome. So he's stricken with Drow. Did he resist? What just happened there? That's what? He failed to save with Oath twice and then just shrugged it off somehow? What just happened there? Weird. That looks like a glitch. That's very strange. Weird. Anyway, that's a shame. Anyway. Well, okay, so we're gonna... Ooh, actually, I'm gonna try and compel to duel this bugbear. So I'm gonna hit this Booyag. Is this a spell slot? It is. 4 to 11, he's got 14. I think I need to smite this guy. 17. Okay, so you're dead. I'm gonna move into a thing here. Thankfully, we're gonna, like, Zevlor's gonna give us some temp HP. Good stuff. Poor Lae'zel all the way back here.
No time to waste.
I'm honestly just gonna have her dash. I think I need to do this. Can I get here? Ah, that's so frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna go here at least. I really wanted to try and save Rhaenyra if I could. But it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay, great. Honestly, me tanking shots for the NPCs is the best outcome we can ask for. That's fine. It sucks a little bit, but that's whatever.
Have to keep going.
Time to give him the flashbang. Okay, that's a nice roll. I appreciate that. Okay, awesome. Warg is down. Good start. Come attack me, you coward. Ah, come on. Yes. Come on. Yes! Okay, we might be able to save Ramira. Gonna protection. So, kind of a funny, silly thing you can do here. I can walk behind her, and because I'm out of direct line of sight, I can then hide and sneak attack and absolutely annihilate them.
Survival is all that matters.
Okay. I'm not going to do it because it would be a really bad idea, but you don't know how tempted I am to use a potion of speed here just to try and save Ramira. How much HP do you have left? Okay. I'm just going to try and kill him right here. It's going to happen. So nice. The one nice thing about that is that it doesn't use my spell slot. So in this case, yeah. Can I get close enough? I'm gonna try and do this. Haha. Okay. So now he has to attack me or he suffers disadvantage. So it's gonna make it harder for him to kill Ramira. And we're gonna send Lazzy over there to how much? I don't really care if I take extra damage here, so I'm just gonna take this attack of opportunity. Because just getting her up here to try and kill him is really important. Okay, does this do as much damage as 4 to 13? Yeah, it does. I wish he wouldn't use the AoE Arms of Hadar on one target. It's very silly. Okay. Sir. I'm gonna need you. Did it work? Yeah! Okay, so he loses his turn. So Command Grovel means that he spends his entire turn just like groveling, so he cannot attack this turn. He loses all action. It's really strong, especially on higher, like obviously on higher difficulties you care more about CC, but even on lower difficulties, Command Word is nuts. We're gonna do the same shenanigans again. So I kind of wasted that drow poison, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Like I'm not too hung up on it. Hey, that's one dead bugbear. And I guess I'll move over here, but it doesn't really matter. So, depending on how our resources are looking at the moment, when Astarion bites me, I may or may not just spend a long rest. Or actually, no, you know what? We can do some shenanigans. Never mind. We're actually going to be able to shenanigan our way out of that. Because Bloodless is a really, really bad debuff. Bloodless is really bad. Also, I don't know if this is new or not. I don't remember Light Clerics having Fairy Fire as a friggin' class action. That's so good. That's going to help us so many times. GG! Woo! No deaths, baby! Also level 3. Now, everybody cross your fingers for me that Lae'zel, that her thing actually triggers, because if it doesn't, this will have been kind of a waste.
Time for a new.
So yeah,
That was the last of them.
remember,
Inside!
anytime you're doing a fight with a rogue, remember that as long as they're not directly, as long as when you're doing your stealth check, like if you're looking at your character, as long as they're not in a cone of vision, they can hide and then get guaranteed sneak attacks.
All's well that ends.
It's still broken. So Lae'zel should have an inspiration point popping up right now. It's still broken. That's really frustrating because I would have really liked having another inspiration point there. But yeah, that was a really successful fight. That's about as good as that can go. I'm very pleased with that. So. Let me think. To frightened specifically. Okay, so that's not, don't need that. I kind of like Divine Favor, but because I'm not attacking, like I'm only really only getting one big hit a turn. I don't know how much. Like we might mess around with this later, but we have so few spell slots right now. So if we ever use Astarion, he's going to be a machine gun, dual hand crossbow rogue, so we'll see. See, like, look at these guaranteed light domain spells. She gets Scorching Ray as a guaranteed spell. She gets Orb of Fire as a, like, it is crazy how much better domain light domain is compared to trigger domain. Okay, cool. Okay, we're getting to the good shit, because Hold Person is going to enable us to do some insanely strong alpha attacks. Because the combo's going to be that, Shadowheart's going to use Hold Person on people, and then I'm going to get auto crits with my Paladin, and get to Nova them real hard, with the power of Smite. Okay, so we're definitely taking Battlemaster. There's there's a champion build that's very reasonable that basically is just fishing for crits. There's a bunch of ways you can take advantage of that. I think Battlemaster is too good to give up because specifically disarming attack, trip attack, and fainting attack. Yeah. These are nuts. These are just wildly powerful, and they refresh on short rests. So, like, this gives her so much control. Like, disarming is one of the strongest quote-unquote stats effects in the game, because most enemies require their weapon to do large... Like, weapons... As an example, paladins need a weapon to smite. So if you disarm a paladin enemy, they can no longer smite you. So, and there's a couple enemies in the game that applies to. Just in general, if an enemy doesn't have their weapons, they either have to spend their entire turn picking up and re-equipping their weapons, which means you've basically, it's like command word grovel or whatever. You've basically made them spend an entire turn picking their shit back up, or they literally just they attack for a piddly amount of damage. So, goading attack's okay. We might take it in future. Menacing attack is my other kind of like, if I'm not taking... Fainting attack is really cool because you get advantage. So it means that on tough fights, you basically can semi-guarantee hitting, and it does extra damage. So it's just nice to be able, if you're doing that, like, burning them down, like beating them to death, this is what you use. Also, small optimization, I should have equipped her with the Everburn Blade. We're not going to have her in our party a whole lot, but in that specific scenario, it was going to be really useful. So that's my bad. We're going to use her, actually, we're going to use her later for a different fight. So actually, that, you know what, we'll do it then so we have it, but anyway. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Anyway, Menacing Attack. Fear is a very strong status effect, so it's nice to have access to that on a non-caster class. I just like especially since we're in a place where ACs are higher, having that advantage on attack guaranteed is nice.
No one's stopped me yet.
Okay. Level 3, get.
Feel like we're being watched.
So before we do anything else, we're gonna run up here.
Hannah? He's not breathing! Go find a healer!
It's too late.
If you do anything else in the grove before coming here, you will miss this cutscene.
They'll slaughter us if we leave. There's nothing we can do.
This is just some free approval. I think this is like one of 3 things in the game where both Lae'zel and Shadowheart are approved at the same time.
Someone's going to pay for this.
Arka, no! Wait! What are you doing?
Okay, so let's go save Nadira here.
We'll do it my way.
I don't know why, but when he said, we'll do it my way there, I was thinking, I'll do it my way. I would not put it past Astarion to start breaking into song.
Let's finish this.
So we're gonna... Actually, let me think. Could we squeeze in another encounter in here before we long rest? Let me think. I know, right? Oh man, you don't even know. RN, you don't even know.
Have to keep going.
Okay, awesome. So he is held. So he now... Son of a gun, he saved. Oh well.
No time to waste.
Well, we're going to use one of our new abilities to try and disarm him. So if you miss, you don't spend the superiority die, which is very nice.
Where do we go from here?
I'm just going to get my butt up there so he can't go attack the tiefling. Apparently this was the shortest route. So there's a feat in like D&D that allows Frost Breath to leave ice on the ground. I really wish that was a thing. So we're just gonna backbreaker him to try and put him on his butt. Didn't work. So we're just gonna leave that. But that's fine because we're now in between him and her. So if he tries to do anything, we're got a pretty good chance to stop him. Go back to stealth. So, like, using that hold person spell was fine because it basically gave us a turn to set up. Even if it didn't work out for... Oh, nice. Even if it didn't work out for letting me get a crit on him, it still meant he lost his turn. Ow! My bones. I need those to live.
Taking position.
So we're just gonna fainting attack this guy because that'll probably kill him. There we go. Good stuff.
have good timing. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
Huh, I've never traded with her before. She apparently has a Scroll of Featherfall, so I'm gonna pick that up, because that Featherfall comes in useful so many times. But, huh, that's cool. I had never seen the option to trade with her before. I'd never checked her inventory before.
I'm going to be chased all over Faerun. Fine. Take it as a grudging payment for the rescue. Now leave me. It's a soul wrapped up in a terrible. I hope it brings you better luck than it.
Delicious.
What to do?
My bones. I'm not gonna, because I was already planning to. Actually, you know what? I can use a spell slot here. So I was kind of considering doing the Harpy fight before long resting, because we got another level and we got some second level spells. But I think because I got double crit there, I think we're gonna long rest. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this encounter here. We're gonna talk to Roland. We're gonna open the Grove. We're gonna talk to the Bard, and then we're gonna do Alfira, and I think we're gonna call it for there, because we're coming up on 3 hours now, and I like need to ramp back up to streaming more. And I think, like, knock on wood, this has been quite successful. We've had several encounters that could have gone badly, but we've managed to pull off. So I'm not gonna push my luck too much on that. How much is this worth? Anything? It's worth 130. That's not that much. I think I'm just gonna give it to Zale for now. Oh man. So we're gonna be saving our rerolls for very specific things. Okay.
Still alive. So that's progress.
It's more my voice. Like I can feel a sore throat starting to come on.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our life.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
And who the hell are you?
Paladin has a lot of good
Show some respect. This man saved your
class lines, minus the one that will auto break your oath.
Help. Please, you were begging me to open the gate.
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Okay, so here we go. So if this fails, we're not going to re-roll it. We need re-rolls for very specific things. This is just kind of a bit of fluff, honestly. Hey!
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Shadowheart
Worried about
approves.
your precious hides, the both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree.
Goblins could arrive at any moment.
I'm not worried about this parrot. Forgive that display. Aradin's a blow. Thank you for your help out there. Well met. Whatever your business, this attack will only strengthen their resolve.
See, I won't lie. I'm like kind of tempted to buy this off him just because camp supplies are like. Okay. Also, here's the thing. Supply pack. In this game, all of the companions start with one supply pack. In this game, there's basically they tried to have like one recruitable character from each class. I think Zevlor was supposed to be the recruitable paladin character because he's a paladin, and that's why he has just a supply pack at this point, which is moderately sad because I really like Zevlor. I really like Zevlor in general, and I kind of
Goblin got you. The druid. If it's not too serious, they've started. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. I've tried. Perhaps you could persuade her.
So, okay, normally, being a paladin, I would offer to help, but this is just free approval from basically everyone.
Turning your back on the needy to save your own skin?
So we're optimizing a little bit
Maybe
here.
we'll get along after all.
Also, kind of hilariously, my character says, just before this, my character is like, I'm not too worried about goblins, I'm worried about this parasite in my head. So we can roleplay that as like, sorry, I have a worm in my head. Also, for some random reason, these crates and stuff are just free for us to take, so we're gonna take it. Also, let's go see if that's available yet. Now we're not gonna grave rob, because Cannon's grave is like, it's not here yet. Actually, his body is still over here. But they dig a grave for him, which has some money in it. We're not gonna grave rob. Oh, actually,
We should have time for that.
no one can see us currently. We might steal his money later. Because we need every bit of money we can get. Okay. We have made it to the Hollow. So this is just free XP. Or it usually is. Weird, huh?
Refugees, is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
What's he got today? So balsam's nice. That makes advanced. That makes greater healing potions. We probably. Oh yeah, I do want to push on animal speaking because I need to go do some social encounters. Don't really care about weave moss. Acorn truffle is nice because it turns into essence. Ashes are the big limiting factor. So like dragon egg mushrooms are really nice because they turn into ashes. Don't really care about that. Salts are the big one. If you can get salts, that's huge. Remove curse doesn't matter right now. Featherfall I like, but I have 2 scrolls of it already, and I'm gonna teach one to Gale. Spell Thief is nice, but I don't think I've ever had it actually work. Because you need to have someone who uses bows, who has spells. It's basically ranger. It's like, it's perfect for rangers, and that's it. Cloud of Daggers scrolls kind of tempting. Okay, well we know what he has for now.
Sylvanas.
I don't know if I want to try pickpocketing because we could end up in trouble really fast.
They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures. Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Ooh. Apparently Roland just wants to hold people. So it's nice because Dragonborn have a free pass on this, and I believe this also does the same.
I don't want all these lives on my conscience. We need to stay.
Zerg. Fine. We'll stay. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Roland.
Let's go meet Will.
Die if I met Heroic and reeking of this place.
Go on. Not bad. Oh, you just have to buy enough time to run. Kind words in unkind. Well met.
The man smiled. You are the Advocatus Diabol.
Her name is... I tracked. She's out there now. Preying on the innocent. I don't kill her. She'll leave. Sorry, but There's no
Do I want Will with me right now? I will later, but I have to do a Shadowheart thing or I have to do a. Actually, I'll send Shadowheart back.
See you at camp then.
Because I have to do a thing. Because I want Will with me when we do saving the kid. So if you listen very carefully, anytime you do a level up with Will, you hear Mizora laughing in the background. It's a really nice touch. Okay, let me think. We're doing him as a Bardlock. So he's going to be a sword, Great Old One sword Bardlock. Is that correct? I'm sorry, I'm just mentally thinking over my build. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because that also keys it. That also allows me to get crits and do stuff. So, which means that we want to take Command for now. We're gonna respec him in a minute. So this is none of this really matters. One with Shadows. So one with Shadows lets you go invisible if as long as you stand still. So it allows you to go invisible on a turn and then get an attack from invisibility, which is it's fine. It's all right. It's not great. It's like it's just kind of a thing you can do. And then we're gonna take Devil's Sight because this Devil's Sight allows you to see in magical darkness, which is the only ability in the game that allows you to do that. Which means if you cast Darkness or if you cast Hunger of Hadar, which is a really good control spell, which we will be using in this playthrough, you can then walk into it. Enemies are blinded, can't see you, and you can stab them. Okay, that's actually great. So we're going to Pact of the Blade, and we're going to give him the Everburn Blade that we put on Lae'zel. We're going to give it to Will, and Will's just going to have that sword and just be hitting for 1,000,000 damage. So, big important thing, we need Hold Person. Again, Hold Person's going to be our, like, bread and butter. We're going to take away Arms of Hadar. It's fine. It's not great. And we're going to take... I think probably Misty Step. Enthrall's pretty cool too. Invisibility is also pretty good. I think we'll pick up Invisibility later, but like... Yeah, we're gonna go like this. Cool. So we have... We have the blade. Now we're gonna go bully Zorru.
By Mordai's eyes, my friend, is this monster with you?
Lower. You dare interrupt? Has the tadpole...
Thanks.
Well, so we bully him, but then we interrupt it for a very specific reason.
On the road to Baldur's Gate. Man, I just...
The map. Show me. Yes.
So I get inspiration because I basically said no, because I interrupted them and ignored what they asked me to do. Because I'm a noble and who cares?
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very... Kinyak, the tiefling was clear. You will educate me on matters of... The Kresh, by covenant, I can say no more.
Like, despite all that, like, she disliked it, but, like, we're still at 12. Like, the thing is that we could be at 22, I believe, if you completely let her do what she wants, but we'll still get up to a very high approval rating with her without doing too much. So now we're gonna go over here. We could do that. Yeah, we could do that actually before resting.
You like
Put it.
that's
She didn't kill.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it.
I didn't ask for you to say a damn thing! Keep out of it!
Looks like
You move!
You're right. Damn you.
Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
You'd better be right.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
See, weirdly, so Will, Gale isn't here. So we only lost one from that. Don't really care about that. We're gonna get a heck ton of approval from Will. Don't worry about that. But it's just very funny.
Step quick.
Unfortunately, I had to do that because if I don't intervene, I believe it destroys my it ruins my oath. But it's what it is.
Step, parry, nothing but. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Okay, we're gonna re-roll this once because we get a inspiration if we get this. There we go.
Like this, you mean? Step, step, strike. Yes. You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time, hopefully, but I'll keep at it.
Yeah, there's an inspiration.
Swing, parry, swing. One more time.
Remember, you have teeth. I saw you. A few words for the kids. Spare a story. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So go meet Damon.
Thanks for fighting. My selection's pretty slim. I've learned, alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Small sadness, his voice actor turned out to be not a great person. But that is what it is. Yeah, yeah. We were all kind of disappointed by that. It is. So we're gonna do a little funny thing.
Ah, another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Okay, so we're gonna change
As
class.
thou desire.
We're still gonna, like, so we're just gonna change a small thing here. Interesting. There we go. Okay. Anyway, all we're gonna do here is change the Great Old One. This gives us some Dissonant Whispers is cool, but it's also we get this. So whenever we land a crit, it does this AoE pulse that can frighten everyone in the area. Because we're already going to be working really hard to paralyze people with our paladin, this is just bonus damage and bonus kind of like stuff. Gonna keep these spells. Tasha's is pretty good. Like, Tasha's is actually very strong CC. So we're gonna keep that for now. Yep, that's fine, that's fine. Can I? Yeah. So I'm gonna do this because, it's going to help this range attacks, and it's also going to help his initiative and his AC. But okay, so now we're going to go back to Dammon, and
This is ridiculous.
we're going to have Will talk to him. And we're gonna raise his attitude
Thanks for
with
fighting
us.
off those goblins. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
And the reason that we're doing it with Will is that at level 1, if your character is level 1, that means that you're getting... It only costs 400 gold to max out his attitude. So we're gonna barter this. Yep. And so we're at, we're increasing the discount. Oops, that's fine. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to max out his discount before we start buying things from him, more or less. Yeah, so his attitude's now 100. So now we're getting a 50% discount with persuasion of 5. Our persuasion is going to keep going up. So we're eventually going to have like minus 70 to 90% discount on everything we buy from Dammon, and that's just really useful, as you can imagine. It also means when we sell things to him, we're gonna get better. He's gonna pay us better. Yeah, I just want this hunting short bow right now. And then we're gonna sell the rest of our junk. The one downside is this means his inventory is gonna be full of, like, really full of junk. But I mean, that's why we have filters in the end. Keep that because I need to. Cool. Great. So now we'll re-level up Will.
You're an idiot. Hell's take me.
Now we do want Armor of Agathis. So Armor of Agathis is gonna be useful to us in a couple of ways. Mostly in that we're going to be using it. Basically, it's like we'll use one spell during a fight, and then we'll use Armor of Agathis, then short rest, and then we have... It stays on you till it wears off, and it's just so much extra HP. Now let me think. We're not going to be casting Agonizing Blast a lot, or Eldritch Blast a lot. We might take this later, just kind of as to round it out, just to make his ranged a little better. But he's going to be mostly melee for this game. Tempted to take Fiendish Vigor, but it's going to conflict with Armor of Agathis. And we're going to take Hold Person, and we're going to take Blade, and we're going to replace... So this is actually harder. I think we're not going to replace anything this level, because we have all the things that we want. And then... give Will the Blade, and then have him bind it. Now, he's going to have a low AC for a while. We're going to have to deal with that. But that's why we have Armor of Agathis. It's going to give us just extra HP. So even though he's being hit more, we're going to be able to... We can also use Blade Ward if we want to. It's kind of... The utility of that is middling.
Feels like we're all waiting to die. Right. I've got food.
Okay, I'm getting some weirdness here, where menus are taking a really long time to load. I think I'm actually gonna probably. We've done a lot. We've got most of our party members. We're almost ready to go to the next area. I think I'm gonna probably call it for here and save and quit, because something's going wacky. Yeah, well, thank you for coming. Gonna be doing this every Saturday, basically, from 12 o'clock. I want to aim to go from 12 to 5 most days, but it's gonna depend on my voice. Like, I can already feel it in kind of getting a little hoarse. But gonna try and do it every Saturday, 12 to 5. We're just gonna be kind of going through, and yeah. So, thanks for joining. Hope this was enjoyable. Hope to see everyone next Saturday for another adventure of Barash through the Forgotten Realms. And next week we'll save some Tiefling kids, we'll save a druid or two, and we'll probably... I think we'll probably go get Karlach, obviously. But I think we'll probably also do this first part of Goblin Village and kind of clear there. If we can get level 4 as soon as possible, I usually would go do the Karlach fight with the Paladins around level 3, but I'm pretty concerned that he might have new abilities. So I'm going to try and do that at level 4, and we're going to go in there with, like, we're going to have Lae'zel go and try and, we're going to kind of aggressively pursue that one. So, okay, have a great day. Hopefully, I know RN's going to be streaming a little bit later. Hope people can go and enjoy that, and have a lovely day.